Hello, I am Shay, and you're watching Party Get Nerd. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. I've been extremely busy. Alright, so, if you're here, you clicked on this. What is this thing exactly? Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is exactly, and, bear with me. Hopefully that this video will not mess up, because this is my third time trying to film this. I am not joking. Okay, here we go. Let me, fix the camera. I'm gonna have to tilt down, so have fun. Alrighty! So this is, this was sent to me for a review a while back. I just got to it. I mean, I have lots more stuff to review as well. So, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I've got more stuff to review. I just had to take a little bit of a break, just like a human being would do when summer hits and going through a pandemic. So, anyway, this is called a GameForce, and, yeah, this was sent to me a while ago, and a lot of reviewers, you know, for the most part was lukewarm. I mean, some reviewers liked it, and some didn't. But, you know, so now I'm next, okay? Now, even though, I just want to make this very, very clear, even though, I got this sent for a review unit, I'm gonna tell you what I think is wrong with it. I'm gonna give you an honest review, okay? I'm not a sellout. And I don't expect anybody else to do the same. I don't think that's... I give a good review, you know, or don't. I have stuff that I'd rather you not buy. And those are coming up in a future video, so stay tuned for those. Alright, so far so good. We're doing okay. Now, I want to talk about the shell of the unit first. So, the style design that they decided to go with is kind of reminiscent with the Game Boy Advance. Now, if you don't know the Game Boy Advance, it's an older system that came out, I think, in 96? No, wait. 2000. So it came out in 2000. I couldn't remember what date it came out, because I didn't ever really had one before. So it looks kind of like that a little bit. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit better here. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Oh, this darn thing. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. You guys can see a little bit better, maybe? I don't know why that's not... Oh, there we go. Okay, that's much better. I can have more space there. Okay, I don't have any batteries in this thing, but... So, yeah, that's what they were going for. They were going for the aesthetics of the Game Boy Advance. So that's 90s. It's a 90s thing. The color choices that they have, I think, is like blue... green and, or maybe they might have yellow and orange. I don't know. I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested in taking a peek. They run about $100, which is actually a really good price. So if you don't already have a rock chip device, such as the Gameboy Advance, or some other rock chip device like an RG350V, the ones I just did a review on, just the last video. Let me make sure I'm still recording, because I don't know why my stuff would stop recording all of a sudden. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll through here. Now, a couple things I want to point out. So the top part of it here, and it's going to be really hard not to... Let me see if I can zoom out just a tad. There we go. Okay, so it's really hard to know because it's like a mirror. So, these are the shoulder buttons. I think they should have made these black, honestly, to separate it from the case. It would make it look a lot better aesthetically. You know, and it's got these weird nubbies on the sides up here, right? So it's kind of bulky in a way. It is kind of bulky. The plastic is real cheap. It's similar to, you know, something like a $40 handheld would use. Just cheap plastic. Very, very cheap plastic. Very reminiscent of like a Happy Meal toy plastic, you know. So I kind of wish it was a little bit better quality plastic than what it has in it. It just feels really, really, really cheap. I think that's a turnoff. So going around to your power button right here, you have your TF card or your SD card slot right there. Is where the OS goes in. It's supported through EmuELEC, so you can get updates through EmuELEC. It has a, you know, an audio jack, and it's a Type-C charge. And I think it even has a reset hole right there. So that's that. Let's take a look at it here. Another thing too that was kind of a bummer. I always think it's kind of a bummer, but it does not come with any games. It's shipped separately. Like, it's shipped just with the unit. You have to supply your own TF card or SD card, and you have to download the software yourself, and you have to add your own games to it. So it comes with no games pre-installed. It just comes with just the unit. Just the unit. Okay. So let's hop into some gameplay here. I'm gonna keep this video kind of light and woody, because it's really, you know, at the end of the day, it'll play all these games. Game Boy Advance, all these. It'll play, you know, CPS, some Dreamcast. Let's hop into Dreamcast. I don't think I have a lot of stuff in here to show off. But, oh, before I do show that off real quick, I want to, kind of a nice feature that I really do like. But before I talk about that, something just occurred to me. So some of the reviewers have talked about this, the screen is kind of recessed downward, and it's not like OLED. So there's space between the lens and the actual screen itself. So some reviewers complain that dust can get in there and mess up your screen. But you know what, guys? It's really the same concept as the Game Boy Advance here. This Game Boy Advance here has the same thing. The screen is, it's hard to see my lighting right now, but it is recessed downward, so whatever. Some people complained about that being an issue, but for me it's not really an issue. But it does kind of wash out the colors of the screen, so that's another kind of a drawback. If you verse it with another like an RG351, you're going to notice that right away, that this is not going to be as colorful as that one. But it's very slight. It's really, really hard to tell, though. A feature that I do like is the buttons do something kind of cool. So let me show you what it does. So it changes colors. Isn't that cool? I love it. I think that is the best thing. There's nothing else on the market that does this yet. I think it will become more and more popular. And you can change, you know, you can change it to whatever you want. If you want blue, it could be blue, which I love blue, so I'll leave it on blue. You could have the status LD, you know, LED, which is this wireless thing. Do a heartbeat if you want. So now it's gonna flash a heartbeat. Or you can turn it off. Some reviewers didn't like this thing very much, this feature, but I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it's doing that. I think that is so cool. All right, so let's just get in some gameplay and kind of give out a little bit of intro for this thing. Now, if you want to see some more games being played on this unit, put a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. I can add more games to it. Okay, here's some gameplay. Cannon Spike. I'm probably not going to do so good with it. That's okay. Trying to get in view here. You can do well with this guy. Oops. Another thing, too, that I wanted to notice, I really do like the D-pad on here. The D-pad is kind of concaved downward and kind of like a circle. And so it kind of, your finger is able to move around really smoothly, and I like that. The buttons are mushy, so if you're not into that mushy feel, then you're not going to like this handheld. And it'll play all your Nintendo regular older games. I'm just going to cover some of the big hitters like Dreamcast and maybe some N64 and PlayStation if I have time. I want to keep this video short though. How do I'm not very good at this game. Normally I think I choose oh, I'm going to die. I think I died. Did I die? No. So, another thought too is these nubs. that are on here, these joysticks that are on here. I'm using mine right now just to control the guy. And I'm not doing so great. There's an issue with that. These nubs, their travel is terrible. So it's like you barely touch it and you hit the ed. So, like, you can see that it works. It works, and but it's not great. So, I find myself actually using the D-pad more often when I play on this device than the other thing, so. So, to get out of the game, home, X, and then I just do close content. That's how I get out. So, my final thoughts of this thing. It's good. It's a good, nice little entry, fun little handheld. If you're a collector like me, then I would say maybe consider getting one because I really do like the unit. It's cool. Just know that, you know, the plastic does feel really cheap. It's not one of those metal, you know, handhelds that I just recently got a 28 or RG280, so I'll be doing a review on that as well. And that thing feels really nice in the hand, so it does make a huge difference how it feels in the hands, how it plays, all that stuff. It all factors in. I would say, yeah, sure, it's worth $100 if it's still $100, and you know, and have fun with it if it's one of your first handhelds, or if you're a collector and you like stuff like this. I would say go for it. You know, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. Let's go ahead and do some gameplay here. This is Motor Racer from PlayStation. Alright, let's get some more footage here. So that's about it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I'm still alive, well, doing good, and I have lots more to show off. So be sure, again, to subscribe if you haven't already. Share it. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit, and then that'll be done. Alright, guys, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thanks again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios!